Happy Friday, third graders
and fourth graders.
We can't believe, goodness, has this week gone by fast to you? It's just crazy how well everybody's doing and just getting used to all this that's going on. But I can't believe it's Fun Friday. And even though we can't have Fun Friday together, hopefully when we're done doing these videos today, you guys get out there and do something fun. Go for a walk, look at nature, maybe do a nature walk. Wouldn't that be a good idea? See what you can find out there to be thankful for.
I love that.
I wanted to check in with you and see if anyone has started their prayer journal. If you forgot about this or kind of said, oh yeah, I'm going to do that, and then you forgot about it, don't forget. This is something that, guys, that when we check in with you, we really want to know what prayers that we can pray for you, and we're going to have some prayers that we want to tell you guys about too. So start, you guys are our prayer warriors.
Yes.
You got to get out there, even if you just do it on a notebook piece of paper. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but we're checking in. We're going to follow up on our prayer journal.
That's exciting. Okay, so let's start by reviewing the eggs that we've opened so far.
Yes.
So I'm going to let you start with my favorite color, and it was a
donkey. Triumphal entry.
This is coming in, and then I opened the one that jingled. That was the 1, 2, 3 pieces of silver. Actually 30 pieces is what it stands for there. The 30 pieces of silver that Judas used. And then the third day was
the cup, which, remember when we did Jesus' Last Supper with the disciples, It was his last meal before he was arrested.
And then yesterday when we had Bible together, we talked about the praying hands, and when Jesus went to the Garden of Gethsemane and he asked his disciples to pray because he knew what was coming up, and he asked, God, whatever your will is, I'm okay with that, but let this cup pass from me if all possible, because he knew the pain, but that was the human part of him, but he was also God too and wanted to do this for us. So that's a quick review. And I think it's time,
Yes, we are going to get our Bibles out.
Yeah, let's get our Bibles.
So we are in John chapter 19 today. So not Matthew, not Mark. So Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and then go all the way to chapter 19. Do you want me to show it up close?
Yes.
Okay, so John chapter 19, and it's starting actually at verse 1. So when I zoom in and show you this, the title is The Soldiers Mock Jesus. So you can see it. Oh gosh.
I
never can. Oh, right there. Right? Oh no.
1,000.
This one.
1,201. 1,201.
So 1201.
Yeah.
If that helps you.
And pause the video if you need to pause the video so you can catch up. Okay?
Okay.
Well, our verse for today is actually just that. A verse. One verse. That's it. Okay, and maybe you can read this kind of with me at the same time, out loud with me, okay? We ready? So then Pilate took Jesus and scourged him. Now I want to talk about a couple of those words. First of all, Pilate, he's the guy in charge of the land, okay? So we've got to know his name.
Who he was.
Yeah. And then scourged. When you hear the word scourged, what do you think about? Hurt. Yeah. Ooh, okay. So that kind of brings us to, I guess, our next egg. Are we ready to do our next egg? Okay. Open up.
It's my turn, right?
It's your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, we're taking turns.
I'm doing the darker greenish egg if you're doing this at home. Okay. Oh, this makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So this is not obviously a real whip because it's plastic. These would be loose. But you can see this would be the handle that the soldier would be holding. And then this is like a rope type of thing. And on the end, they would tie little rocks or sharp things, glass
bones,
that would, when they whipped, this is what the scourging was.
Yeah. Even that alone, just the rope would just be painful. But them just going that extra mile by purposefully making it hurt worse, that just hurts my heart. You guys know I don't have a high pain tolerance.
No,
so that
neither
just,
do I.
Goodness, what a story of love, of what Jesus was doing for us. Well, why don't you go ahead and read our story for the day?
Thank you. I almost forgot. Okay. So, when Jesus finished praying in the garden, the men who wanted to kill him took him as their prisoner. Then they brought Jesus to Pilate, their ruler, and he had Jesus whipped. The whip used was long and hard, and it hurt Jesus so much that he bled. Jesus hadn't done anything wrong. The men who wanted to kill him were afraid of losing power, so they wanted Jesus out of their way. They knew that if people really believed that Jesus was the Son of God, which he was, they would follow him.
I think what it's important to remember here, guys, is even if we're trying to do all the right things, like think about Jesus. He never once sinned, ever, ever. He was always doing the right thing. But that doesn't mean that Jesus' life was easy by any stretch of the imagination. He was betrayed by one of his best friends, his close group. He was betrayed by one of his best friends. He was whipped. And I was thinking about this earlier. Who did Jesus die on the cross for? Everybody.
Right.
Did Jesus die for the guy holding that whip there?
I can show you the picture that they have.
Of course he did. Jesus died for that guy too. And I think this is just a story of like the love of God and how much he loves everybody all the same, even the guy that's causing him the most harm. So like Mrs. Roach, have you ever had somebody that you love hurt you before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And it makes me sad. It hurts
sad.
my feelings, right?
Yeah. Now they probably didn't get out a whip,
No,
hopefully
no.
not, but
Yes.
maybe like hurt our feelings.
Right.
Or maybe gave us an ugly look, or just said something that really hurt us, or maybe we kind of felt left out, or maybe felt like we just weren't good enough, or I don't know, but life is not always going to be easy. And I was kind of thinking about our situation right now. We want to be with you guys, and it's really hurting our hearts right now that we can't be with you. And we've had a lot of discussions about this. Our classrooms look different. Our classrooms look a little empty and all crazy because we're trying to do these videos. But even though life is not easy, we still have to focus on what God has planned for us. And he's working all of this out to his good. And that's the most important part.
God knew this was going to happen.
He knew it was going to happen. He is not stressing or panicking. Oh my goodness, how are these kids going to have their Bible lesson? He just kind of went before us and is making it all work. And I think it's even important just to even have a happy heart. Choose to have a happy heart even when life is not easy and the circumstances might not be what you want them to. But just to have that happy heart. And
we had an idea with that happy heart, just being able to be happy even when things aren't, maybe if we could have picked, I don't think anyone would say, I want to not go to school and have to watch videos and try to do this on my own.
Yeah.
And we definitely did not want to be YouTube stars.
No.
This is stretching all of us. But I am so grateful that Mrs. Evans is here with me doing Bible, and that we are at least able to kind of talk to each other and for you to see us. So Mrs. Evans had this idea to add to our prayer journal. Now, what word did I write at the top there, boys and girls? Gratitude. So it's the gratitude and prayer journal. And I think it's important that we don't just ask God for what we want, but we thank him for what he's done.
Yeah.
Right? I am so thankful that we have computers that I can video and be able to do this. I'm thankful that your moms and dads are able to figure out how this is going to work with you guys being home and all the things that go, with the grocery shopping and getting enough supplies and all the things. So what if we added in here at the end of every day what you want to thank God for? What was your best part of the day? Or when you looked outside that window or you went on that walk, what just blessed your heart and you just want to thank God for creating that bird that flew by, or if we get some rain, and guys, go out and splash in the rain,
There you
right?
go.
We're not,
There you
we don't have to worry about avoiding the puddles because you can just go change your clothes inside. But we really do, guys, just want, we want to focus on the good stuff that's going on. And there is a lot of good things in our lives. And that all comes from the blessings always come from Jesus, from God.
Yeah. So I think as I close this out, I'm just going to thank God for being so good to us. So would you bow your heads with us and close your eyes? Dear God, we just want to stop and say thank you. Thank you that we can praise you no matter what. Thank you that you're always listening. Thank you that you never leave us. You never forsake us. Thank you that you are working all of this out because you have something good planned. I know you do. I don't know what you're up to, but I know you have something good planned. Thank you for our students. Thank you for them tuning in and watching us. Thank you for my friend Mrs. Roach. Thank you for just all of the things, all of the supplies that we've been able to get, Lord. Thank you for technology and us to be able to have this way to connect with our kiddos, our students, even though they're not in our classroom right now. We love you so much. Thank you for taking that whip for us and that you still kept on going because your love for us was so great that it was bigger than that pain that he went through, Lord. And all the pains that we're going through right now, it's nothing because we know that you love us and we love you. Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful weekend. We got some fun things in our videos for math and language today. So we'll go check those out and we will see you on Monday. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.